Holy cow. And what, just a cow? Yeah, I know. I'm debating on when to get my hair cut because this weather has been so bipolar. You know, there'll be one day it'll be like in the 70s or 80s, and the next day it'll be in the 40s or 50s. And at night, it's been pretty much below freezing most of the time. So I'm debating when to get my hair cut because I really do need a haircut. But you know what? That withstanding, so if my hair is a little bit of a mess, I'm sorry. It's just my hair gets really, really long because I let it grow during the winter months. And now on to the topic for this video. Yep. Tiger Woods. Listen, I don't follow golf. I don't watch golf. But, you know, with certain names you come across, if you mention the name, you go, oh yeah. You know, it's like in wrestling. If you say Hulk Hogan, you'll go, oh yeah, I know who Hulk Hogan was. In NASCAR, if you say Dale Earnhardt, you go, yeah, I know who that is. Or there's certain names, you know, that if people don't follow the sport, they go, oh yes, I know who that is. Tiger Woods is one of those people that you associate with golf. Tiger, the case of the rise of Tiger Woods is one of the most interesting cases of all time. He was a golf prodigy, and he was expected to do big things in a white-dominated sport. Don't kid yourself. Golf is still white-dominated, just like NASCAR and hockey. It's white-dominated. It really is. So to be able to make your mark in those sports, you have to be better. You have to be 10 times better than the competition. And let me tell you, Tiger Woods was 10 times better than anybody on the circuit. It's almost like they weren't there. Tiger Woods was that good. His dad was there coaching him. Did that help? Yes, clearly it helped. Because his dad was his moral compass. That's why you never heard of Tiger Woods getting into any trouble with the law when his dad was alive. He was his moral compass. He kept him grounded, not to get too big of a head. His dad was just as much for Tiger's success than any dad on the face of the planet. The only one I could think of like this is maybe Michael Jordan. Is they kept him grounded and kept him from not getting a huge ego and a huge head. And there's no question about it. If his dad was one of the main reasons for Tiger's success. Yes, I know Tiger had a God-given talent. No question about it. He was on pace. He was on pace to become the GOAT of golf. I think he's still in a discussion. I don't know if he is the GOAT from what I have read and what I have studied. But when his dad died in 2000, let's see, when was it? May 3rd, 2006. So his dad's been gone for about 20 years. His dad's been gone a while. And he sort of lost his best friend and his moral compass. Don't kid yourself. Him and his dad were close. Yeah, there was his mom, but his dad was more for his career and keeping him grounded. So for the last 20 years, Tiger has had a problem. He has had a problem he's hooked on, which is a common thing that does happen. He's hooked on prescription drugs because he's had some injuries over the years, like, his ACL, because, I know it's golf, but you do a lot of walking, so that can do, damage to your ligaments, and he got hooked on prescription. He won't admit it. That's the way it usually is. He won't admit it. If his dad was still alive, he would get Tiger to admit that he does have a problem and he's hooked on prescriptions, pain pills. So, in the last 20 years, it doesn't sound like a lot. It's only 4 times. That's considerably a lot that he gets in his car doing high speeds while having these prescription pain pills in his system. So it's a deadly combination. Now, why? I don't know why they call these DUIs or DWIs. They call these DUIs because you're driving under the influence. And that's where it's sort of muddled. That's where the term can get a little muddled, is because people go, well, that's only for alcohol, that's only for weed and meth and stuff like that, you're driving under influence. But no, it's a wide range of stuff, and they can get a little muddled with it when they're talking about these DWIs, DUIs, whatever you want to call them. I still call them DUIs. The correct term is DWI. Whatever. So he's been busted 4 times, and only half of them, about 2, has been with DUIs. And so it happened again, and it's usually him going high speeds and getting in a wreck. Listen, that's not good. That's how the Fast and the Furious actor Paul Walker died. He was driving at a high speed, very high speed. So that's not a good sign that he's actually doing that, driving at high speed. And you know, a lot of famous people, especially the rich famous people, they don't need to drive. I know, they have lives outside of, just being whatever their profession is. But a lot of famous people don't need to drive. Tiger Woods is pretty much set for life with all the earnings that he earned from winning his golf tournaments. So Tiger is set for life. Right now, his estimated net worth is $1.5 billion. So then I had a question, why is he still driving? Especially if he's got prescription medication in his system. I don't like to compare stuff, but it's like me. I take Keppra for my epilepsy. And once in a while I will like to have a drink. The thing is, I have a time frame that I do that. Hour and a half before, hour and a half after is when I will take my medication. So I'm a little bit smarter on that than most people are. But Tiger, with these prescription pain pills in his system, trying to drive is a recipe for disaster. And it's surprising he hasn't really hurt somebody else, or surprising he hasn't hurt or killed himself. Why don't he do what a lot of famous people do? Hire a chauffeur. That way it prevents this from happening, because the chauffeur has to be sober no matter what he is doing. He has to be sober when driving. So if Tiger wants to go somewhere, just have a chauffeur do it. If I was rich, which I'm not, and I don't know how to drive anyway, but say if I did know how to drive and I was rich, which I'm not, I know this is going off base, just a cow, I would hire a chauffeur, because it would prevent that from happening. But that's the problem with Tiger, is he has a speed problem. I'm not talking about the speed you take, I'm talking about the speed in cars. And it's a serious problem. He's under the influence, and this keeps happening. I keep going back to this. Because before 2006, you never heard Tiger getting in any sort of trouble with the law. I feel like when Tiger lost his moral compass in his dad, I feel like that sort of hurt Tiger more than helped him. I don't like to get psychological in these videos, because I'm not a psychiatrist, but you do wonder if, because of losing his dad, you do wonder if there's a little bit of a psychological problem upstairs with Tiger, because I do wonder that when this keeps happening time and time again. It's 4 times, and it's going to keep happening. And the thing is, they won't give these famous people any jail time because they don't want to put them in the general population. So be it. But maybe they shouldn't put him in the general population to begin with. But he ain't going to learn from this. He just gets charged with it. They let him go, and he can go do it again. And it's just going to keep happening. And hopefully Tiger can get this under control before he ends up hurting himself, killing himself, or hurting other people, or even killing somebody else. The rise and the fall of Tiger Woods is a very interesting topic, to say the very least. Me and Mom are saying that's all for now.
That's all for now.